Welcome back to EDS, and in this video we're going to take a look at how you can write your own options contracts, collect a premium upfront, and generate consistent returns year on year. So the first thing we want to do is open up our brokerage platform. Happy Thanksgiving to my friends over in the States. It is a day after Thanksgiving, but nevertheless, here we go. So we want to pull up any equities underlying. So we'll just use Netflix for example's sake. Any equities underlying, and you want to navigate over to see a list of expirations for that equity. And the point of this part of the process is to lock in on an expiration date. We want to find out how far out are we going to be, basically. And the way we can figure that out is by using our expiration date criteria. So the criteria that we're going to use is our expiration date needs to be between 30 and 60 days out in time. And it also needs to be a monthly expiration date, not a weekly or quarterly. So the only expiration date that fits that criteria right now is January 17th. And we don't need to open it up for this underlying, but January 17th, we need to keep a mental note of that, and it's going to be 49 days out in time. So now we can come over to our watch list, take that information of 49 days, and simply filter out all underlyings that have earnings over the next 49 days. The reason for this is because we do not want earnings to disturb our trade. It will increase volatility, it will mess up our deltas, and overall it will have a negative effect on our P&L. So we want to avoid that at all costs. Also, we want to filter out anything that has a low liquidity rating level. We only want to be trading things that are very liquid, easy to get in and out of, and have tight spreads. So you'll be left with something that looks like this. This is just a standard basic watch list, pre-made one. You can use whatever you like. I personally at this point like to order everything from high to low IVR. That's not a requirement, but that's just what I like to do. Generally speaking, we want to be selling contracts on underlyings with an IV rank of over 50, and then we hope for the volatility to contract back down to the mean or below, and that's essentially our edge. So we go down the list and we see what would fit well inside of our portfolio, and you just want to make sure that whatever it is that you choose is going to fit well in your portfolio. That meaning that if you're too heavy in any one sector, you know it's not going to end well for you. It might work really well in your favor for the short term, but eventually something will happen somewhere in the world that will cause problems for your portfolio. So keep things nice and diverse. You don't need to get too fancy with it. Just use common sense. If you have a lot of airlines, maybe look for something in the finance sector. If you have 8 out of 10 of your positions are in the banking sector, maybe don't look at any more positions in the banking sector. Use common sense and you'll be fine. By all means, you can simply just use, different watch lists. These are all just pre-made watch lists. It really doesn't matter. We are product indifferent, so it doesn't actually matter what the underlying is, as long as it fits our criteria. So if we have a look here at OKE or 1OK, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's trading at just over $113. It's got an IV rank of 68, an absolute IV level of 28.5. It's got 3 out of 4 stars on the liquidity level. So shouldn't be too bad. We already know we're going to be January 17th. And this is the options chain for OKE. And at this point, we simply just want to sell one call, one put, which is what we always do. We've got a on the call side, we've got a 16 delta here. On the put side, we've got a 19 delta. We want to sell contracts with deltas of between 15 and 20 deltas, give or take. So we've essentially created a nice range for ourselves here between 105 and 125. We would collect $207 upfront as soon as this order gets filled. And our broker is going to require just over 1.4K in buying power to open this position. We've got 68% probability of profit. And if we wanted to get out of this position at 50% of max profit, we've got an 89% chance of that happening. So very, very high probabilities of success. However, 1.4k might be a little bit too high for some people. Although this is a nice return on capital for a naked position, it might be a little bit too high on the buying power side. So what you can do is simply just buy another contract a little bit further out from your short contract, say $5 wide on either side. That's now going to limit your loss. So you now have a max loss. It's no longer unlimited. And that's going to reduce your buying power requirement, because the broker only needs to now hold it only needs to hold in buying power what your max loss is. You can't lose more than that, so it doesn't need to hold any more than that. So as you can see here, our buying power requirement has significantly reduced. We collect slightly less premium, but our return on capital is a lot higher now, a lot higher. And in return, we do have slightly lower probabilities of success. That is the trade-off when it comes to a covered position as opposed to a naked position. Neither one is better than the other. They're just different. That's all. So this is how you can find and manipulate positions to fit inside your portfolio. If you want to know how much buying power you should be allocating to your positions, then we have created a position sizing template for everyone to use. It's completely free. Link is in the description. Just click on this free position sizing template. And then once you've got it opened up, the way it works is you enter in the size of your portfolio at the top. You then enter in what the current VIX level is below, and then everything will then be automatically calculated for you. There's an explanation of what's happening as well underneath. As long as you follow this guideline, you'll be absolutely fine over the long term. It will tell you how much buying power you should be allocating to any undefined risk position, any defined risk position, and how much of your portfolio you should be allocating to short premium strategies in general. So, like I say, it's free. Link is in the description. Also, if you want to learn in more detail, again, click the link in the description. This time, click on EDS Premium. And then get yourself signed up. Once you're inside, you'll have access to our portfolios that will allow you to see the positions that we're placing in real time, the adjustments that we're making, how we're managing risk, etc. There's also a full course, so no prior knowledge is required. We will teach you absolutely everything that you need to know from start to finish, so you can learn the theory, see how it's applied right in front of your eyes, and then you can take both of those things, combine them together, and use it in your own portfolio. Within about 6 months to a year, you should be self-sufficient. You should be able to know what you're doing without any external help. It's a skill that you will keep for the rest of your life. And if at any point you do get stuck, it's a private community, so you can speak with myself directly or with other like-minded individuals. There's a 100% money back guarantee. So after 6 months, if you haven't seen any results and you have been through the full course and you followed some of our trades, then we will work with you for free until you do see results, or you can simply request a full refund. So it's completely risk-free on your part. Right now, it is £1 a month to join. The price will be increasing. However, once you're in, the price is locked in for life. So you are definitely rewarded for getting in early. And with that being said, I will see you guys on the inside.